Hey guys, I am here with a review of Lego City Set 60379 Deep Sea Explorer Submarine. Comes with 842 regular pieces. It is a rather large set. It retailed for 110 US dollars. Comes with a lot of minifigures as well. The back of the box shows some of the play features of the set, which we will get to. But first, let's take a look at the instructions and extra pieces. There are quite a few extra pieces to this set, as you would probably imagine, but some that you probably would not imagine. We have a very appropriate orange piece puller, given the color scheme. We have a pirate sword and a syringe, maybe the only set with both of those as extra pieces. Scissors, wrench, and a bunch of other small pieces. No other printed pieces, I believe. So it's a decent amount of extra pieces. Overall, the piece to price ratio of the set is not great at 840 pieces and 110 US dollars, but it did go on a pretty big sale. So there's an extra piece also stuck in the instructions. So there were two books to the instructions. The first book is the Submarine and the accompanying machines. The second book has the reef or the shark habitat. There are 5 stickers to the set. Not too many. It's a good amount for this kind of set. I think it was okay. It definitely was a higher skill level. I mean, it is a larger set, and there's some sideways building and whatnot. It is a larger skill level than some. But it wasn't terribly difficult. I believe we start off building this underwater mech robot. And this one is interesting. It doesn't have good articulation, but I don't think many underwater robots do. And the hair choice here is rather interesting. This mech is kind of like many of the Ninjago or superheroes mechs with this plate here. But as I said, this one has much less articulation, very bulky, which is kind of appropriate to underwater adventure mechs. You can also have the characters sit down to give them more room, but standing up also doesn't look so bad. So we have this first figure with the red hair. She has a radio and some zipper. Back of the torso has a little bit of printing, but there is no alternate expression on the other side of her face. As you can see, the robot is not flawless. And we have a few scuba divers. This is the blue-haired lady who we see in a few of the Lego City sets from this era. She has a kind of sad face or a happy smirky face, along with a scuba gear, and she has a scuba helmet. Then we have this guy with the kind of frog scuba helmet and a camera, light blue camera. I have not seen it in that color before. I think this guy is the blonde, and he does not have an alternate expression. And we have the scientist lady. Again, many of these are coming in other of these city underwater sets. She has the nice long black braided hair. And we have this scientist guy, glasses, no alternate expression, which leaves the black fuzzy top. He has a metal detector and a flashlight. And we also have this scientist here with a hair, with some wavy hair. He has some medical equipment, so he's probably the registered nurse for this expedition. So before we get to the big submarine, there is a smaller submarine as well. This one, you fold the arms up and you can place it inside the larger submarine, which is handy. The robot did not fit inside, but so you can see they have claws. These claws are currently holding the box that held the rubber band. So you can see that they do work decently. There's a ball joint and a studded joint, and a smaller joint, along with spinning articulation. The submarine is rather interesting. I think it's quite real. There's lots of rails and stuff on a real submarine. It does have a hook to either to carry one of the devices or even the extra. Perhaps they carry away the entire boat. So this part goes on top of the submarine, but I removed it so that we could see on the inside. So we have the cockpit with the steering yoke. And we have some information panels. This looks like it's also the scientist's area. Some scissors for cutting a crowbar. I'm not quite sure why. Along with some information about the plant life and an area to study them. And as I mentioned before, the small submarine area with some appropriate yellow caution areas. Quite some yellow on the side for the pieces, but not really out of place. And then in the back, this doesn't open up, but this is some extra storage areas. And what I like are the oxygen tanks here. So very interesting. And then we have three propellers, one very large one for forward propulsion and two others for changing directions. And we have the shark habitat, which I have the tendency to lift from here and it can come off. So now it's holding together, but we have two smaller sharks, which are swimming in a circular pattern. Just very simple, which is fine. And we have one large shark, which can fit an explorer inside in case they wish to research what the shark has so recently eaten before them. We have a treasure chest with some gold bars. We have a skeleton, an almost complete skeleton, but what I like is they have brought this skeleton, missing a leg, put here with a jewel and sword and a captain's hat, unprinted. But they also include the extra leg so that you can complete him if you would like. There's a way for you to put the shark here. That way it can jump out on you as you as you try to explore this area. Does give that old shipwrecked feel, but we have some glow-in-the-dark fish and a very nice, two very nice jellyfish. One pink, one blue. And some good colors here, so this is quite okay. When I built this set, I thought it was maybe a 3.0 or below, but now that I look at the set again sometime later, I do think it's quite a good set. I was able to get it at a healthy discount of around 30%, which is quite good. That 30% off the piece to price ratio is also quite nice. Therefore, I think the set deserves at least a 3.0, but I might stop there because I don't think it's quite a 4.0. Lots of play value, quite realistic, as it would be as well. And you can play with some adventures, but maybe the play value is still a little limited, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.